So we all know that the Charlotte Hornets blew up their team over the last couple of weeks by trading away Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, and PJ Washington. And with Michael Jordan selling the team, having a new ownership group, they're pretty much starting a new era of Charlotte Hornets basketball. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? We're going to be doing a 10-year Charlotte Hornets rebuild today. I think I've never done one with the Hornets before. And this is a team that's going to look completely different after the deadline. They picked up some nice draft capital from Miami and Dallas as well. And I'm excited to see what this team is going to look like in the future. And I'm very excited about Brandon Miller, who's having an incredible rookie season and has been a solid player for them on both ends of the floor. I am thinking about possibly... I kind of want to trade LaMelo. I kind of do, just because I think we could sell him at his absolute peak, but he progresses so well in 2K. But I think what I do here in this rebuild should not reflect what the Hornets should do in real life. I think if there's an offer on the table this offseason where they can get just the most insane package for him, where you're getting multiple young players that can kind of buy into your new culture on the defensive side of the ball and just a ton of draft capital, I think that may be worth it. Like if San Antonio would give you 4 first-round picks and Devin Vassell, or like a package of Jeremy Show and Keldon Johnson, I would think about that. But I think for this rebuild, I don't know if I'm going to move LaMelo. We're going to bottom out, and I'm excited to add a top 6 pick at least here in the 2024 draft. Also going to be nice to Kyle Lowry, and I'm going to release him to free agency, basically just buying him out. And this team has some sort of young core. I already talked about LaMelo Ball. Like when he's healthy, he is one of the better point guards in the NBA, and he's still just 22 years old. And with his 6'7" frame, he could be a good defender in the league as well. Mark Williams has been a very solid center for them since drafting him out of Duke in his sophomore year. Miles Bridges, we are not going to be bringing back in free agency. If I want, I can maybe do a sign and trade, but for obvious reasons, I don't want him on the team. Brandon Miller talked about how good he is. I'm probably going to be glazing him a ton in this video. Nick Richards, solid backup center. I mean, I'm cool with him being the backup going forward. We do have Grant Williams. I mean, nobody's taking his contract now, but I think we can use somebody with at least somewhat playoff experience in the room, and maybe he can kind of flourish in a new role here in Charlotte as more of like a leader and a veteran. We have Cody Martin, who I think I would think about moving in the offseason if we can get anything for him. I'm excited about the addition of Trey Mann that they got in the Gordon Hayward deal. Obviously, he wasn't playing a ton in OKC, but he can have a much more expanded role here in Charlotte. These veterans probably don't have a place on this team for too long. I'm excited about Nick Smith Jr. as well. I'd like to develop him. I was a fan of him coming out of Arkansas, and I would like to give maybe Amari Bailey some minutes next year as well. All right, so Luka Doncic wins MVP. Wemby is your Rookie of the Year. Russ, 6th man. Wemby, Depoy. Most improved goes to Jalen Johnson. Clutch Player of the Year is Luka Doncic, and Coach of the Year is Chris Finch. The only award we got was Brandon Miller on All-Rookie First Team. Luka Doncic is your Western Conference Finals MVP, and then you have Joel Embiid in the East. Mavericks, Sixers Finals. Damn, PJ Washington had a chance at getting a ring, and Embiid is your Finals MVP. So do we have any Charlotte Hornets retiring? We do not. I think I'm going to go in a new direction with the head coach as well, and this was probably Steve Clifford's last year. If I had the chance, I mean, I'm the new GM, but I would fire Mitch Kupchak as well, or just agree to part ways. So our pick is lottery protected pretty much going forward, so we're going to be fine on that front. I'm not really worried about losing that, and obviously in this draft or next draft or kind of going forward, at least when we need that pick. So let's see where we end up in the 2024 draft lottery. There are a plethora of players I would love to add to this team, like Alexander Sarr, potentially as a power forward. We can even put Ron Holland there as well, and he's a good defender. Montes Buzelis could be a possibility, even a 2-guard as well if we like Jacoby Walter between LaMelo and Brandon Miller. And we dropped to 6. Damn, we were projected at number 2 and we dropped 4 spots. Don't you love that? So we have the 6th pick in this upcoming draft. Pistons ended up winning the lottery with the Spurs at number 2 and the Rockets via Brooklyn at 3, Grizzlies at 4, and Wizards at 5. I mean, Steve Clifford has 3 years left on his contract. That is kind of crazy. Do we just bring back James Borrego as our head coach? You know what? I don't really love any of like the free agent coaches out here, so I think I'm just going to keep them for one more year because there's really nothing else to do. There should be a better coaching free agency next year. All right, so we're here on the 2024 NBA draft. Looking at the mock drafts, they have us selecting Ron Holland out of the G League Ignite. Cody Williams would be a great pick as well. I don't think I'm going to move LaMelo Ball. I don't think I'm going to move Grant or Miller or Richards. I think we're just going to draft some guys. I think I would actually think about moving either Misic or Seth Curry or Cody Martin on draft night. And we're going to do this trade with the Washington Wizards in an in-division trade. We're trading Martin and Misic for Landry Shamet in a future second rounder. So I'll take that for these two guys. And they're going to make Washington definitely better. I don't know if Landry Shamet is going to be in our rotation, but he's an expiring contract anyway. So the Pistons, with the number 1 overall pick, are going to select Alexander Sarr. If you guys also want to see a 10-year Pistons rebuild post moving like Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks, let me know. Just drop a thumbs up on this video. Topic goes 2. Collier goes 3. Donovan Clingan goes 4. I mean, him and Triple J in that front court is nice. There goes Jacoby Walter, who I was definitely going to target. So Ron Holland is on the board. So is Cody Williams out of Colorado. And I like that idea of adding him to this team. There's also Zachary Resac-Share that people love a ton as well over out of France. There's some worries about his shot creation ability, but he could be very efficient efficient too and be a great complementary piece, and he's 6'9". So I think I'm actually going to opt for Cody Williams, who is one of my favorite collegiate players in this upcoming draft. He's playing very well for Colorado this year, also super efficient as well. So now we have him and Brandon Miller. One's going to possibly play out of position. Maybe I play Cody at the 2, or maybe I play Brandon Miller at the 4. That's still TBD. And then we have a pick here in the second round, which I'm going to use on DaRon Holmes out of Dayton, who's actually been one of the best collegiate players this year, like stats-wise. Obviously, it's not really resulting into too many wins. I don't know. He's definitely a hit-or-miss prospect for sure. So we're going to decline Berton's $16 million. We'll pick up JT Thor's team option and Mark Williams as well. This team also released James Bouknight, just a terrible lottery pick in 2021. I definitely want to bring back Amari Bailey and Leaky Black. Why not? Maybe that's a UNC bias to me. I don't really think we're going to be that active in free agency. I'm just going to let Miles Bridges walk. So next year, we have LaMelo and Trey Mann. We have, just a weird range of shooting guards. I'm excited to see what Cody Williams and Brandon Miller can do together. We have Grant Williams, Thor, and Holmes as well, and Williams and Richards. So I don't really think I'm going to use any of my cap space. We have around $32 million, but I don't really think it's worth it right now. So we're going to renounce the rights on Miles Bridges. As we didn't sign anybody, we see LaMelo go up to an 89. We got Brandon Miller up to an 83. Same with Mark Williams. Trey Mann even goes up as well. Very excited about this team next year, even though they may just win like 20 games. All right, so this is going to be the rotation for year number 2. It's going to be LaMelo, Nick Smith Jr., Brandon Miller, and then we have I didn't even realize we have 3 Williamses right there. We got Grant and Mark in the front court. We'll have Cody as our 6th man, and we have Trey Mann, Nick Richards, and our second-round pick, DaRon Holmes, off the bench. System proficiency is going to be 3-star pace and space. Like I said, I don't really plan on being that or expect to be that good this season. First game of the season's on the road against the Wizards. They dropped 144 on us. All right, that may be a good representation of what our defense is going to look like this season. We did beat the Sixers. What? The reigning NBA champions in our second game of the year. Okay, I'll take that. Brandon Miller had 29, but then we ended up losing by 15 to the Bucks in the third game of the season. All right, we're here at the deadline. Honestly, not doing too bad this year. We are 23-28. Also, the protected first-round pick that we owed to San Antonio, since it was lottery protected last year and it didn't go to San Antonio, it turns into 2 second-round picks, so that kind of works out for us. But LaMelo Ball having another solid year, shooting 37% from 3, averaging a career-high 9.4 assists. Brandon Miller is averaging 20 points. That's what I like to see, man. Brandon Miller can be a number 2 on a championship team, I believe. Nick Smith, I mean, he's getting a lot more volume this year, but the shots really aren't falling. But hey, these are the times to have the growing pains as a combo guard. Mark Williams, a beast season from him on the boards, and he's giving me 1.2 steals and 1.4 blocks. Let's see him on the all-defensive team for sure. Cody Williams has been very efficient. I mean, I may plug and play him into the shooting guard spot for the remaining part of the season. Trey Mann's been good as well. I think I'd like to extend Trey Mann just to be a nice guard for us off the bench. Grant, I mean, not great. Played better for us last year for sure, and he's still under contract for the next 2 years. DaRon Holmes is fine, really just as a backup big. Nick Richards, honestly thought he'd be a little bit better. But yeah, I think for the remaining part of the season, I'm going to go maybe a little bit less to Nick Smith, and I'm going to give probably 30 minutes to Cody Williams. I'm excited at what he can do in the starting 5, and we have really nobody to re-sign right now. All right, Luka Doncic is your 2025 MVP. I mean, he averaged a triple-double, so that makes total sense. Alexander Sarr is your Rookie of the Year. Cam Thomas, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby Depoy, he may win 10 Depoys in this 10-year video. We got LaMelo on All-NBA second team. Hey, I will take that. There's a good chance he can win an MVP in this video as well. We did not get any Charlotte Hornets on All-NBA third team, so no like Brandon Miller making it. As all rookie teams, we do get Cody Williams on all rookie first team. His efficiency did drop a little bit since he got inserted into the starting lineup, just something to keep an eye on, but he did average 1.5 steals as a rookie, and it's still just 20 years old. Shout out to DaRon Holmes making all rookie second team. We will also be incorporating expansion teams as we probably get to like year 3 and 4 of this video, because you just get so much talent and there's a lot of good guys that end up going unsigned, so that's why you have to add some expansion teams. So we finished this year 30-52. We did not do good in the second half, but that's fine. I think next year is where we can definitely flirt with a playoff spot and probably be in the play-in tournament. Zion is your Western Conference Finals MVP, and Mobley in the East, and the Cavs beat the Pelicans in 5. Donovan Mitchell is your Finals MVP. So the Eastern Conference is 2-0 in this video against the West in terms of Finals matchups, with the 76ers winning last year. LeBron and Russell Westbrook are heading to the Hall of Fame. All right, Jeff, lottery time. Since we got unlucky last year, 2K, we dropped from 2 to 6. Can we get lucky this year? We're projected pick 3 right now. I mean, there's a chance we could add Cooper Flagg to this squad. All right, we are going to be selecting in the top 3. Let's go. We don't drop here, and we're going to have a top 2 pick. We end up with number 2. All right, I will take it. The Bulls get the number 1 pick. Kings at number 3. Thunder at 4. Rockets at 5. Spurs fall all the way to 8. That is karma from last season. All right, staff signing time. I think we are going to fire Steve Clifford. There are definitely some better free agent head coaches out there. All right, so I usually give Will Hardy a decent amount of time, so I'm going to sign Frank Vogel. I really wanted Joe Mazzulla or Jock Vaughn, but we're going to get Frank Vogel to be the next head coach of the Charlotte Hornets. He knows the Southeast Division pretty well. He coached the Orlando Magic for a decent amount of time. So mock drafts have Cooper Flag going number 1. Dylan Harper could be in play at number 2. Pair him up next to LaMelo Ball. That would be filthy just thinking about it. Obviously, we can go after Ace Bailey or Jaleel Bethea as well. So with the number 1 overall pick, Chicago does take Cooper Flag. So I'm debating between Ace Bailey or Dylan Harper, one of the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Is that what they're called? Yeah, I'm going to go with one of them here. Ace Bailey would be so good. I mean, he's 6'9". He can kind of play the 4. Yeah, I'm going to go with Ace Bailey over Dylan Harper. We'll see if we end up regretting that. Dylan Harper is the next pick to the Sacramento Kings. We also have an early second rounder, and I'm going to take Derek Queen out of Maryland. All right, so we also had 3 second rounders as well. I ended up taking Derek Queen, as I showed you guys. We also took Damian Sarr, a center out of Italy, and then we got Andrei Stojakovic, who's the son of Peja Stojakovic out of Stanford. So team player options were declining Shamit's $11.75 million deal, picking up Miller, Mark Williams, Nick Smith Jr., and we'll pick up Deron Holmes for sure. He might not be in the rotation next year. I would like to bring back Trey Mann. I like him as a backup combo guard, but he wants $19 million. Oh, that's expensive. I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, we do have around like $24 million. Actually, we have like $30 million. Do I sign Cam Thomas? I mean, Trey Murphy would probably be a great fit. Miles Bridges is a free agent again. Where did he play last year? He played in Cleveland. I mean, going into the team next year, I would like for it to be LaMelo and then Trey Mann. We have Nick Smith Jr. and then maybe somebody else, as Damian Sarr is a shooting guard. I don't know why I thought he was a center. I might have mentioned that before. We have Miller, Bailey, and Williams. I think Williams may start at the 2, Miller at the 3, Bailey at the 4. We still have Grant. Yeah, you know what? We have a decent amount of depth right now. I think I might just sound like a depth center, and we're going to be good to go next year. Like, I'm going to give Steven Adams a 1-year deal. We actually have $38 million in cap space, but I don't know who wants to sign with the Charlotte Hornets right now. So we are going to renounce the rights on JT Thor, the former Auburn Tiger, is going to be gone. I would like to bring back Trey Mann, like I said, but I don't really want to pay the $20 million price tag. All right, so maybe we're going to get Trey Mann back on the qualifying offer. I think that would make a little bit more sense. And yeah, for $7 million, I think that's a little bit more where his value should be aligned with. And I think this team, with all the progression we have, I know we're young, but I do believe that this will be a playing tournament team at the minimum this season. All right, so the team is going to be LaMelo, Cody Williams, Brandon Miller, Ace Bailey, and Mark Williams, with a bench of Nick Smith Jr., Trey Mann, Grant Williams, and Nick Richards. I think the bench could definitely improve over time. Do I want to send anybody to the G League? I think I'd like to send Andrei Stojakovic. He's 20 years old. And then I'll send Damian Sarr as well. He's only 19 and a 73 overall. He could actually be in our rotation next year for sure, especially if we lose like Trey Mann in free agency or something. So let's see how this team performs. First game of the year on the road against the division rival, the Miami Heat. We end up beating them by 20. 35-9-7 for LaMelo, 25-5 for Brandon Miller, an efficient 23 for Nick Smith, 15 rebounds for Mark Williams. A great first game of the year. And then we beat the Sixers by 7. We start off the season 2-0. Ace Bailey with 21-9. This dude is going to be a stud for us. We have a great nucleus here in Charlotte with the young core that could be here for the next 8 seasons. But we got blown out by the Detroit Pistons, so we had to get humbled a little bit. All right, the team has been pretty solid this year. Here at the trade deadline, we were 31-20 under our new head coach, Frank Vogel. We are the 1 seed. Oh my god, I thought we were going to be like the 4th or the 5th seed. We're the 1 seed right now. I mean, there's only 1 game between the 1 seed and the 7th seed, which is kind of sick. We are the number 3 offensive team in the Eastern Conference. In defense, we're not as good, but still solid above average. We are 6th in point differential, though, so we're probably more like, yeah, like a 4 or 5 seed than an actual 1 seed. Maybe we're getting a little bit lucky. LaMelo's been the leading scorer, followed by Brandon Miller, Ace Bailey, Cody Williams. Then there's Nick Smith and Mark Williams, with Trey Mann, Grant Williams, Nick Richards off the bench right now. I don't think I'm going to make any trades at the deadline. I'm fine if it's a first-round exit. I just like to see this team kind of continue to get better. Do I want to pay Nick Richards? I don't know. Do I like him as a backup center? I mean, he's still 28 years old. He's definitely playing better this year than he was last year. You know what? I would extend, I think, Nick Richards on a 2-year deal, fully guarantee it. I'm probably not going to bring back Grant Williams when he's done. It's going to be an expiring contract next year, so I think he's probably going to get moved in the offseason, unless we like having a veteran on this team. Luka wins another MVP. Cooper Flag, the number 1 overall pick, wins Rookie of the Year. Stephon Castle, 6th Man of the Year in Portland, probably backing up Scoot Henderson. Victor Wembanyama gets depoy. Donovan Clingan most improved in Memphis in year number 2. I mean, definitely improvement, but I hate when sophomores get that award. Jokic wins Clutch Player of the Year. Shout out to LaMelo Ball making All-NBA second team for the 2nd straight season. Another phenomenal year from him. I mean, if you guys do want to see me maybe do a Hornets rebuild in a little bit, but I trade LaMelo Ball, you can let me know about that in the comments. Ace Bailey had a very good rookie year. I mean, 2K put his player comp to Kawhi Leonard, and if we can get somebody like that that's just that much of a force on the defensive side of the ball, that would be a huge dub for us. And Dylan Harper next to De'Aaron Fox in Sacramento is going to be great. But we were the 1 seed. I was happy with just a play-in tournament appearance. We end up going 52-30, and we end up also getting the number 1 point differential in the Eastern Conference too, which I think is telling that we are a realistic finals contender this year with this young core. 2K always be messing up my rotations when it's playoff time, but Trey Mann was efficient for us this year. I would like to bring him back. I would. Nick Smith, I think, wow, he shot 37% from 3 this year. Shout out to Nick Smith. He's going to get like 25 minutes a night. I'm going to go with 33 to Mark Will. We're going to go 31 to Bailey, probably 31 to Cody Williams, and then the rest of the minutes will probably go to Brandon Miller. We'll go 38 LaMelo, 34 Miller. So we are going to be taking on the Detroit Pistons here in round number 1. They have a very good and young team still, so just like us, they got Quentin Grimes still, developing him. And let's see what happens. Game 1 goes to the Charlotte Hornets. We end up winning by 12. Ace Bailey is a freaking stud. Let's see what happens here in round 1. Are we able to beat an 8 seed, or are we going to get upset and we win in 6? Let's go. We're going to be taking on the Orlando Magic in round number 2. Ace Bailey might be the best player on this team in a few years. So we're going up against Orlando, who have Jalen Brunson now. All right. Malik Monk, Franz Wagner, Paulo Banchero. That's a very good team. That is definitely a team that could beat us. They also traded or signed Trey Hendricks. Interesting. Maybe that was an offseason deal. Can we beat them in advance of the conference finals? Yes, we can. In year number 3, here we are taking on the Toronto Raptors, a team that's also kind of entering a rebuild just like us, as LaMelo Ball went off against Orlando. And Toronto has Emmanuel Quickley, Grady Dick, RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, and they have Jalen Duren. That's very nice. Wait, yeah, so Detroit no longer has Jalen Duren because they got Alexander Sarr. You have OKC, New Orleans, so 1-2 seeded matchups on both ends. Can we beat the Raptors to go to the NBA Finals? No, we end up losing in 6, and it's a Raptors Thunder 2026 Finals. Oh, wow, it was a defensive clinic here in Game 6. We lost by 7. Game 1, we ended up beating them by 12. Game 2, we lost by 16. Game 3, we got blown out by 24. Game 4, we blew them out by 23, but then we lost by 17. Damn. All right, so you know what? I will take a conference finals appearance this year. We are just going like this, and we're going to keep everybody pretty much on the team going into next year. And we still may have a little bit of cap space if we want to make a big splash in the offseason, but I kind of like just developing this young core right now. Chris Paul and Kevin Durant are heading to the Hall of Fame. Next year will be probably the first year of like the expansion team. So do we have a draft lottery pick? We do not. So we do have our first round pick. It's going to be at 29. I believe we do have Dallas's first next year though. And I think we also have Miami's first next year, correct? Yep, both from the PJ Washington and Terry Rozier trade, but I'm pretty sure this Heat pick might be lottery protected. So yeah, if it's really good next year, we'll just kind of double check that. All right, so I'm going to make this trade with the Cleveland Cavaliers. We're sending Grant Williams to Cleveland and our 29th pick for Isaac Okoro, who is making $14 million this year and next year. It's actually up to $15.4 million next year, but I think we can unlock him as a 3-and-D player. Also an incredible perimeter defender, and I think that would be very valuable for us off the bench. So we're going to make that deal. And we're going to get JT Toppin here in the second round. Have no idea if he's related to Jacob and Obi. So AJ Advanza, who's going to be like one of the most like coveted draft prospects for the 2026 or 5 draft, because I think he reclassified, goes to the Thunder. So the rich get richer. The Hawks get Cameron Boozer, who's also going to be a highly touted prospect. So we're going to be going to auto-generated draft classes going forward now. So Brandon Miller, Nick Smith, Cody Williams, welcome back. Damian Sarr, who I think I would like to be in the rotation. We are obviously going to just pick up all those team options. I think Derek Queen may be the odd man out there. We're going to give Mark Williams, we'll give McGowan's and Deron Holmes the qualifying offer. So free agency, we have around $38 million. Obviously, we're going to have to pay Mark Williams, so I think we could keep developing this team. Bryce McGowan's wants $18 million, and this dude hasn't really played in like 2 whole years. Like, what? How do you want $18 million? I guess he low-key played at times for us. Interesting. I don't know if that's when like 2K maybe changed up some of the rotations. There's James Bouknight just chilling there. So obviously, we're going to bring back Mark Williams. We'll see if we bring back Trey Mann. Christian Brown wants $25 million. All right, get out of here. That's kind of crazy. All right, so I'm going to give Trey Mann a 3-year deal. We're going to give him $14.5 million, but the last year will be a team option. I assume he will pick up that deal, and he does. All right, we're going to pay Mark Williams, kind of like a similar to like a Keldon Johnson deal. 5-year contract for him to be the center of the future. Comes out to 5 for $130. Any big switch ups here in free agency? Kyrie goes to Philadelphia. De'Aaron Fox goes to Detroit. Ton of free agents going on. Like, how isn't Luka been signed yet? I guess nobody has cap space. I don't know. We're going to add some expansion teams. We get Holmes and McGowan's back on the QOs. We see some progression there. There's up 4 overalls for Ace Bailey, Cody Williams, and Nick Smith Jr. No progression for Brandon Miller. Okay. All right, so we are going to run a 10-man rotation for the regular season. I want to see what we can get out of Damian Sarr. So it's going to be LaMelo, Cody Will, Brandon Miller, Ace Bailey, and Mark Will with Nick Smith Jr., Jr., Trey Mann, Nick Richards, Isaac Okoro, and Damian Sarr off the bench. We are going to send our second round pick, JT Toppin, to the G League. We are still just 3-star perimeter centric, but let's see if this team can go one step further from last year and actually advance past the Eastern Conference Finals and make it to the NBA Finals in 2027. Also, we're going to be adding 2 expansion teams, one in Kentucky and one in California. The Louisville Liberty will probably either go into the Southeast or Central Division, and then the San Diego Surf will be in the Pacific Division, and we'll do the realignment in the offseason. And this team in year number 4 is 35-16. We're at the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. Shout out to Washington, who signed Luka, and they have Jalen Green, Denny Avdia, Kyle Kuzma, DeAndre Ayton. They drafted Walter, developed Koulibaly. They have Capella as well. Okay, that's a very good team. Taking a look here at the player stats, LaMelo Ball is leading the way scoring-wise, followed by Ace Bailey, Brandon Miller, Cody Williams, Nick Smith Jr., and Mark Will. Damian Sarr is actually pretty efficient in his limited role. Not going to make any trades here at the deadline. Let's see if this team with its core together can win a championship. I think we could take this like the Boston Celtics route. We can make moves like maybe we're going to get a Kyrie Irving, or maybe like somebody like that, or like an Al Horford to plug and play next to these guys, but we basically have our core. And I want to see us like maybe fail a couple times if I don't think like we can win a championship with them, if I want to go out and get external help. And Luka Doncic in a Wizards jersey is your MVP. Cameron Boozer, the Rookie of the Year. Isaiah Jackson, 6th Man of the Year, averaging a double-double off the bench for the Clippers. Okay. Wemby, 4th depoy. He's going to win 10 in this video. Jalil Bethea, 2nd year. I hate when that happens, but hey, most improved. The Jazz got a stud for sure. Jamal Murray in Dallas replacing Luka as your clutch player of the year. Thunder went 67-15. LaMelo Ball is on All-NBA second team again. Shot 44 from 3 this season. We didn't really get any all-defensive guys in this video yet, unfortunately. Shout out to Drake Powell. I got to draft him at one point because he's going to UNC, and I've heard very good things about him. So we finished as the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. I'm pretty sure the Hawks were the 3 seed when I showed you guys this last, but they fell all the way to 7. I mean, that's a good team. Walker Kessler and Cameron Boozer in the front court. Okay. How is Zachary Rasacha doing? They have him off the bench with Moses Moody and Kobe Buffkin, Jaden Hardy as well. Here were the end of the season stats. LaMelo led us in scoring, followed by Ace Bailey, Brandon Miller, Cody Williams, Nick Smith Jr., and then there's Mark Will. We are 3.5-star perimeter centric here. So let's see what happens for the playoffs. I like Okoro's defensive ability. He did shoot 36 from 3, even though he only averaged 2.9 points. It's fine, whatever. Trey Mann, you can get 20 minutes. We're going to go 24 to Nick Smith. I want to play the starting 5 a bunch. Yeah, it can look something like that, but let's go 37 to LaMelo. So can we beat Atlanta and advance to round number 2? We lost game 1, but we ended up winning 4 out of the next 5, and we ended up winning in 6. Our number 1 scorer was LaMelo Ball, followed by Ace Bailey, and then there is Brandon Miller. Cody Williams shot the ball well. Nick Smith Jr. did not. I think like he's going to be a restricted free agent. If somebody like threw a contract at him, I would probably not match it. We do lose to the Raptors in game 1. Okay. Scotty Barnes dropping 39. They have Naz Reid now. They brought back OG Anunoby. Can we beat them though? Yes, we can. We end up winning in 5. Ace Bailey was the leading scorer in this series, and then Brandon Miller number 2. LaMelo Ball did struggle, but they had his back. So we're taking on the Boston Celtics. I kind of compared this team to them a little bit ago. They still have White, Brown, Tatum. They have Kristaps. They have Judah Mintz from Syracuse as the starting point guard. Actually pretty good. Sadiq Bey, Darren Peterson. I feel like they always end up with him. Preston Sachua and Isaiah Evans off the bench. Rockets and Suns over there in the West. Who is on the Suns now? Jaden Ivey is. Oh, and Kawhi Leonard. And they have Tijon Salon as well. Can we beat the Celtics? Yes, we can. And we're in the finals in year number 4. LaMelo is your Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Booker in the West. We won in 6. The Suns won in 6. Can we win our first title here in year number 4? They got Jalen Johnson off the bench. I feel like we should beat them. I feel like we're the better team. Game 1 we win. Game 2 we lose. Game 3 we win. Game 4 we lose. No, don't lose in 6. Here we go. Game 7 of the 2027 NBA Finals. I didn't show you guys the conference final stats, but LaMelo Ball led the way, and then Miller and Bailey were great number 2 and 3s. Wow. We have 4 guys above 16 points here averaging in the finals. This could be an Ace Bailey Finals MVP if we win in Game 7. It's in Charlotte. Come on, what is this, the Spectrum Arena? I think so. I could be wrong. Let's see what happens here. We are currently down by 8. Come on. Damn, we're down by 10. We're playing catch up. Oh my God, our offense is ass right now. Please come back. We're down by 5. Down by 4. Come on, there we go. It was a tie game at one point. Down by 5. Don't let them pull away. We're down by 8. Down by 8 with 2:50 left. Down by 6. Okay, we're down by 5. Let's hop in. Why is Nick Smith in? Why? I want the starters in. Did somebody foul out? I don't know. Trey Mann is in as well. Why is Cody Williams playing center? I hate this a lot. Kick that out to Nick Smith for 3. Nick Smith, if you don't hit this, I'm leaving you in free agency. Let's go. He hits it though. 2-point game. I mean, Nick Smith is an elite 3-point shooter at times. LaMelo Ball has 12 assists, Who is this at the point guard spot? Is this? It's Jordan Wara. What? Okay. Tijan Salon, hand in the face, takes the three. No good. Nick Smith with the rebound. We only have one timeout, so I don't want to use it. Obviously, I would like to get some subs in. Brandon Miller, three ball. Why not? Catch and shoot. Brandon Miller. No, he misses it. Damn, that was a good look, I thought. No, it's oh, God. All right. Well, Jalen Johnson's going to hit that. Do I use my last timeout? I mean, this is really just to get who? Ace Bailey and Mark Williams in. Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, pick and roll. This should be easy money every time. Brandon Miller rolling to the rim. He's going to get fouled. I would have loved an and one. All right, this is good, though, because we are going to get our subs in. Miller, I need you to hit both. He knocks down the first. He's got 15 on the night. Can we go 2 for 2? No, he's going to miss that one. God damn. Oh, my God. Yes. Ace Bailey with the rebound. Okay, I don't. Get out of the paint. Get out of the paint. Get out of the paint. Oh, my God. Please don't get it 3 seconds. LaMelo with the screen. LaMelo with the screen. Oh, God. Kawhi's on me. No, Kawhi's on me. Spin move from LaMelo. Bailey, get the rebound. That was brutal. All right, Cody Williams guarding Devin Booker. He's got 22 points. A+ perimeter D. I need help. Oh, damn. All right, Brandon Miller, I need you to get open here. I need you to get open. Oh, my God, he does not get open. Damn it. Okay. Losing my chance for a 2 for 1. Miller inside. Get him in the air. Please. No, and that's going to be an over the back. Oh, my God, we're in the bonus. We're there in the bonus, I should say. Oh, my God. I know you guys hate on me in the comments when I hop in and then I play like ass. And I'm like, I just want to prove you guys wrong. And then I continue to play like this. Oh, this is so frustrating. LaMelo Ball, don't turn this over, please. Kick that out to Ace Bailey, 4-3. I don't even know if he's going to hit that. All right, that was clutch. All right, foul Booker. We're going to need them to miss at least one here. Please, Booker. Please miss one. Please miss one. Oh, I mean, he's so elite. I should have tried to get it to their point guard. All right, come on. Please miss this one. No, that's good. All right, we pretty much only stay alive if we hit a 3 here. All right, LaMelo, can you go off a couple screens? LaMelo for 3, please. Turn around 3. That looks good. Bang! LaMelo Ball from downtown. All right, don't let it go to Devin Booker. Come on. No. All right, I want it to go to Jaden Ivey. Oh, my God, is that a 5-second? Oh, I thought that was going to be 5-second. Come on, foul. And he got it to Kawhi. Please, Kawhi. Oh, my God, I wanted it to go to Jaden Ivey. Kawhi's going to go 2 for 2. You're not helping me out here. He's going to go 2 for 2. All right, I've hit a 3 with LaMelo and Ace Bailey. I got to hit one with Brandon Miller. I feel like I can't kick it to the same guys. Brandon Miller, get your ass back. Please hit this one. Oh, he misses it. All right, we lose in game 7. I'm going to cry. That's unfortunate. Obviously, we're going to be back. Our team is so good and young, but that is so unfortunate because we could have got a ring in just year number 4. And then we just got LaMelo Ball holding the trophy with the Suns. I love that 2K is yet to patch this glitch at all. And yeah, the Suns win it all with Devin Booker being your finals MVP. A crazy 7-game stat line from him. All right, there goes Gordon Hayward. Hornets a legend. He retires. Same with Vooch, Jimmy Butler, Chris Middleton. Steven Adams, a Hornets a legend as well. Bunch of head coaches retiring here, including Eric Spoelstra. I also saw, Rick Carlisle in there, Jim Boylan. How is he still employed? So yeah, we're going to add 2 new expansion teams. I wonder who the only team saying no to that is. All right, so I actually kind of like this realignment in the West. We're throwing the San Diego Surf in the Pacific. The Kings are going up to the Northwest, and then we're going to move the Thunder to the Southwest. And then we're just going to include the Louisville Liberty in the Central Division. I did see our team there. It is, I'm pretty sure, a lottery protected pick, though, so we're not going to be able to get it. Yeah, so unfortunately, I do have to give it back to Miami. But we do have Dallas's first round pick here from the PJ Washington trade, and that ends up being pick number 10. I will take that. And yeah, we have to give the 14th overall pick back to the Heat, but we get their unprotected first next year. All right, time to protect some players. I mean, can I just go through this and let JT Toppin be unprotected? That'd be pretty sweet. There we go. So with the first pick of the expansion draft, wow, Tari Eason went unprotected. That's a great pick by the Surf. Vanderbilt and Collins go 2. 2 former Jazzes. You have Bol Bol and Bruce Brown 3. There's Karis LeVert. Killian Hayes got drafted. Jordan Walsh. Chris Dunn and Ryan Dunn. Dyson Daniels? No, that's Dash Daniels. I was going to say. So I'm pretty sure you had 28 players get drafted and nobody took JT Toppin. Let's go. So with the number 1 overall pick out of Louisville, that would have been cool if he went to the Liberty. Clint Sharp, 80 overall at 20 years old. Yeah, that dude's going to be a beast. So we're on the board here at number 10. I mean, there's actually been some really good picks here. The top 4 looked kind of stacked. And we're going to take Arif Bastard there out of Turkey. I think that's a good pick. Let's see. What's his overall looking like? A 78 overall? I mean, he's 22 years old, so he's probably not going to have a super high ceiling, but I'll take it. And the Heat take Bill Stevenson out of Boston College with their pick. He doesn't look too bad. We take Freddie Weaver out of Evansville. He's got cool hair there with our first round pick at 29. So we are going to sign both these guys going forward. They could be in our front court next year. So Cody Williams picking him up. Same with Ace Bailey. JT Toppin. Honestly, $2 million. I'm actually going to decline that. So Jalen Duren and Giannis are going to be some free agents. We're going to give all these guys the qualifying offers. I don't know who's coming back, though. Nick Smith Jr. wants $29 million. I'm for sure not matching that. Brandon Miller wants $44 million. That's a lot of money. Obviously, Bryce McGowan's probably isn't coming back. I think Deron Holmes, and McGowan's are both gone. Same with JT Toppin, but Sar, Queen, and Stojakovic could potentially come back. Let's not re-announce the Reds on those guys yet. So Brandon Miller got a deal from the Raptors, 3 years, $121 million. We will be matching that. All right, so I think we are going to get these guys back on the QOs. So Stojakovic, Queen, Sar, and Nick Smith. But I think I'm going to look to move Nick Smith, who is good, don't get me wrong, but we're going to send him to Portland. We're going to get a 2028 swap best between Portland and Milwaukee, which could be good, and Denon Duran. I'm just not going to pay him when he's an unrestricted free agent next year. And we have other guys that can definitely kind of slide into his role. Maybe Damian Sar, Andre Stojakovic are going to get more minutes next year, which I'm excited about. Like, Okoro might not even crack the rotation at this point. Player progression, though, you see a ton of green. That's what we love to see. Cody Williams up to an 85. Hell yeah. Damian Sar is going to be an 80 overall. He might get a decent amount of minutes. All right, so it's going to be LaMelo, Cody Williams, Miller, Bailey, and Mark Will in the starting five with a bench of Trey Mann, Damian Sar, Arif Basturk, Nick Richards, and Andre Stojakovic. If I feel like we need defense, I'll throw in Okoro, but for now, I'm not going to have him in the rotation. I'm going to send Freddie Weaver, even though he's 23, to the G League this season. We are 3.5-star perimeter centric. I'm excited to see if like Sar or Stojakovic could be a part of this team going forward. We start off the season going 1-3. 2-3, not great. Ace Bailey, though, is arguably like our second best player, though. He's a beast on the boards as well. All right, so we're here at the 2028 trade deadline. We are 36-19, still one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. We are 4.5 games back of the Chicago Bulls, who got Kobe White running the point guard position. They got Johnny Davis at the 2. Okay, career resurgence for him. That's pretty cool. Cooper Flagg and Evan Mobley's kind of a beast forward combo. They got Noah Clowney. They got Lonzo, Bronny, Sadiq Bey off the bench. Oh my God, the Thunder are 45-4. That is insane. Shea, Trey Johnson, AJ DeManza, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren. Wow, that is just wild. Our leading scorer right now is Ace Bailey. LaMelo's averaging more assists but less points this year, kind of, I guess, being the main facilitator. Brandon Miller, 17.4 points. There's Cody Williams, 1.8 steals and shooting 41 from 3. Maybe a sick 3-and-D guy. That, oh my God, Damian Sar does not miss. This dude is a second-round gem from Italy. 52 from the field, 44 from 3, 91 from the line. Who needs Nick Smith? Damn, Arif Basturk probably not going to be in the playoff rotation. Andre Stojakovic is hitting 38% of his threes. Nick Smith is having a very good year, though, in Portland. I will not lie. All right, so we can work out a LaMelo extension. Oh, that's so much money, but I guess take it all, LaMelo, as he's going to agree to come back for 3 more years. I'm going to give Nick Richards a 2-year extension. I'm fine with him as the backup center. Obviously, Freddie Weaver could eventually take his spot. I'm not going to bring back Isaac Okoro for $12 million a year, though. All right, Chet Holmgren wins MVP this season. Shout out to him. I mean, the Thunder had probably just an insane record. Freddie Dillon was the what? 50th pick, and he was your rookie of the year. Shout out to him. Bronny, 6-man. Wemby gets DPOY. Most improved goes to Keontae George in Louisville. Drake Powell, clutch player of the year. They went 73-9. We did get LaMelo Ball and All-NBA third team. That was it. You got any new guys yet on the first team? No, but you did have Cooper Flagg. There's Dylan Harper. Oh, he's so good on All-NBA second team. But Ace Bailey has like so many other guys to get through, so that's why he's not as good. We ended the season as the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're going to be taking on the Indiana Pacers in round 1, led by Halliburton still. They have Mitchell Robinson and Miles Turner in the front court. I mean, not a lot of floor spacing with that idea, unless you move Turner to the 4, but like 2 elite shot blockers. Yeah, they traded Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson for Pascal Siakam. So here were the stats this year with Ace Bailey leading the show, followed by LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Cody Williams, Damian Sar, and Mark Will. Then you had Trey Mann, Basturk off the bench, Stojakovic, and Nick Richards. So yeah, Stojakovic is probably going to get like 10 minutes off the bench. Nick Richards is going to get like 15. Brandon Miller is definitely going to start. We'll do 24 minutes to Sar. We'll do 18 to Mann. He's very efficient. He's very good in his role. Honestly, shout out to Trey Mann. LaMelo's going to get 38 minutes. We're going to go 36 to Miller, 36 to Bailey, and then we'll do 31 to Williams, 32 to Cody Williams. And let's see how far we can go. Please don't lose in round 1. I will panic a little bit. All right, a good old sweep. We'll take that. Ace Bailey led the way, followed by LaMelo Ball, and then Brandon Miller. That is just an elite big 3. We're taking on Brooklyn in round 2, led by Kevin Porter Jr., Tyler Hero, Derek Whitehead, Carter Bryant, and Nick Claxton. Lively, Powell, Sharp, and Trey Jones off the bench. 2 UNC guys right there with Powell and Sharp. A team we should beat in advance of the conference finals, and we do end up beating them in 6. Ace Bailey, man, this guy is so good. He's on a mission. He really is. So we got to take on the Washington Wizards here, led by Luka, Jalen Green, Denny Avdia, Kuzma, Capella. Oh, I'm scared going up against Luka here in the conference finals. You have, once again, Houston and Charlotte, a rematch from last year. Can we beat them and go to the NBA Finals? Yes, we can. We sweep them, and it's a rematch of last year's finals. Oh, my God. Ace Bailey Yo, I don't even care about Dylan Harper. This dude is him. And can we get revenge from last year? Yeah, man, that conference finals from Ace Bailey literally is going to be talked about for generations. Game 1, we win by 30. Job ain't finished. Cody Williams, what a game, man. He's very underrated for us. Game number 2, boom, there we go. Cody Williams, upcoming free agent, balling out for us. Ace Bailey, 42, 5 and 8. Game 3, there we go. There we go. Are we going to dominate the conference and NBA finals? Don't blow a 3-0 lead. We're not doing this. We lost by 15 on the road. That's fine. We wanted to give the home fans a championship in Charlotte because we did just that. We end up gentlemen sweeping them. Ace Bailey, get your finals MVP. Hell freaking yeah. Paul George ends up retiring. Same with Kawhi, who ended up leaving Phoenix or went to Indiana, team that technically drafted him, and then got traded to Philly. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are both heading to the Hall of Fame. So we do have the Heat unprotected first round pick, and there it is. Oh no, it's at 8. Oh my God, that Nick Smith pick is gonna be in the top 5. We have so much draft capital, it's insane. Let's see where these end up. Oh my God, we get the number 1 pick. Shout out Terry Rozier, man. Shout out Terry Rozier, that gets us number 1. Shout out Nick Smith, that got us number 3. Oh my God, the rich get richer. And then we also have pick 32 as well. Man, we are set up for the next 5 years. I want to win basically every single year for the rest of this video. Frank Vogel has been phenomenal as our head coach. I mean, if we look at the salary cap breakdown, it's going to get expensive. It's going to get really expensive. Bailey's team option is $25 million. No way. That's got to be his cap hold. Because Miller's making a ton. LaMelo's making a ton. I mean, Mark Williams is descending, which is good. And, like, we have Basturk on a solid contract. Same with Richards. Same with Weaver. But we're going to have to pay those second-round picks like Sar and Stojakovic a decent amount as well. So let's see. Who are we getting here at number 1? Is there a lock? Derek Carroll out of the G League Ignite. Doesn't really look like a lock, though. He's 5'11". I don't know if I want to take a guard or a point guard. Bo Barnes, Lewis Hardy. Is this a weak... Wait, what? His ceiling is LeBron James. Barney Levins out of SMU. I think we're going to take him. Yeah, I don't know if this is risky, but I'm going to take Barney Levins. He's 6'10". He's 20 years old out of SMU. His floor is Adrian Dantley. Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer pick for us. I know it's another forward, which we don't really need, but hey, if there's ever a way, like, or a future where I can't bring back Cody Williams or something like that, we're golden. Number 2, the Pelicans are going to, are they trading the pick? Wow, they are. And another first for Jamal Murray and Daniel Gafford. So they make that trade with the Mavericks. The Mavericks take Bo Barnes out of Northern Iowa. I probably would have taken him. He looks pretty good, but I think Barney Levins will be a little bit better. And then with the 3rd pick, I mean, I'm not taking Marvin Harrington. He's 23. I'm going to take a power forward, Jay Sessions. He's 6'11". He's 20 years old. He's from Louisville. What's his kind of player comps right now? Blake Griffin, Clark Kellogg. Yeah, I'm going to take Jay Sessions out of Louisville. And he's a 78 overall, 20 years old as well. All right, that's pretty good. We're going to sign him in. We got J.C. Hayes at number 32. He's 19 out of Alabama. 4-year contract. Will definitely be in the G League. Team player options. Trey Man for 16. I feel like I'm going to pick that up. He may be gone next year. Dedan Duren. Was he a former first? He was. He was in the Nick Smith trade, which really worked out because we ended up getting Sessions and him in that deal. Qualifying offers. Let's give it to everybody here. I'm a little worried how this free agency is going to go. Like, who are we going to lose? Who are we going to be able to keep? I mean, Cody Williams wants 45. Okay, yeah, if Damian Sarr gets an actual offer, I'm not going to be able to match that. We are going to renounce the rights on Isaac Okoro and most likely Derek Queen. Cody Williams gets a deal from the San Diego Surf. Oh, 4 for 169. That is a lot of money. We just drafted Levins. Do I let Cody Williams walk? I feel like I can't. He's too efficient. I mean, if we have contract issues next offseason, I'll trade him, but I can't let him walk. We're matching that. He's too good. I'm hoping to get Stojakovic and or Damian Sarr back on the qualifying offers, but yeah, if like the Surf threw the bag at Damian Sarr, we're screwed, but I think we're going to be fine there. Come on, let me bring them back. As Zion Williamson goes to Louisville, signs with the Liberty. That's kind of crazy. Darius Garland stayed in Cleveland, I saw, and we should get them back on the QOs. Boom. There we go. 4.6, 4.2 million. That's what I like to see. A lot of green there. Bailey's up to a 90 overall. Cody Williams is an 87. Actually higher overall than Brandon Miller at this point. Damian Sarr's up to an 84. Basturk's up to an 80. Love to see all that green. All right, so it's going to be weird. Like, Basturk may not even play that much this year. Neither will Stojakovic. I could make a trade at the deadline because obviously we have an influx of young talent. But with us bringing back Cody Williams, like, this is what it's going to look like. I feel like this is Damian Sarr's last year here. But he's so elite from downtown. I'm excited to see what Barry Levins can do as a rookie out of SMU. System proficiency, 3.5-star perimeter centric. Let's see how we do in year number 6. All right, so we're here at the 2029 trade deadline. This team is currently 42-9. We have single-digit losses. Only us and the Thunder are teams that qualify for that right now. The Thunder are just insane. 44-5. Obviously, they were fantastic last year. They have AJ Advanta, who, if they developed him as like a true number 1, number 2, he could be one of the better players in the NBA. Looking at our team, Ace Bailey has been our number 1. So he was the number 2 overall pick back in 25 when Cooper Flag went ahead of him. He is super efficient. He's a very good defender. He's probably an elite defender. Insane rebounder, as you can see. LaMelo Ball has kind of transitioned into more of a facilitator, playmaker, than being a mid to high 20-point per game scorer. Cody Williams has been the number 3 option, which has been interesting to see because I was like, am I going to eventually have to trade him? Brandon Miller has kind of dropped down to the number 4 option, but I'd like to keep him throughout his whole Hornets career. Damian Sarr, this dude could be a top player in the league. What a second-round find out of Italy. I'd love to re-sign him. He's probably going to cost too much. Barney Levin's the number 1 overall pick. I think has been fine. We're going to continue to develop him. There's Mark Williams, who is going to probably be around here for a little bit longer. There's Mann, Sessions, Richards. I like this team right now. I think we're going to be fine. I don't think I need to make any moves. And let's see if we can win a title in 2029. And Ace Bailey, the former Rucker Scarlet Knight, is your MVP in his age 22 season. That's what I'm talking about. Bo Barnes, Rookie of the Year. He was the number 2 overall pick in Dallas. Darius Akup Jr. is your 6th man of the year in Golden State. Wemby, I think he's won DPOY in every single year of this video. That is now his 6th DPOY, and this is our 6th season. Yep, that is just absurd. Caden Boozer is your most improved in New Orleans, and Ant wins Clutch Player of the Year. Mark Daigneault, they go 69-13 as your Coach of the Year. Ace Bailey's on All-NBA. First team with Jokic, Halliburton, Ja, and Wemby. Second team, you got Cameron Boozer, Ron Holland, Doncic. There is Cooper Flag, who's really good, when a pick ahead of Ace Bailey and Giannis. You got Drake Powell, former UNC Tar Heel. Then you got Edwards, another former Scarlet Knight in Dylan Harper. Him and Ace Bailey are going to play together. There's Stephon Castle and Isaiah Collier. There's all defensive first team and all defensive second team, in which we see Ace Bailey on. Barney Levins Jr. is on also all rookie first team. Cool. So let's go here to the playoffs. We are going to be the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're going up against the Indiana Pacers with Halliburton, Suggs, Neesmith, Walker, and Filipowski. They got Trey Murphy and Josh Hart off the bench and Brandon Bojemski. That's a fun team, but no way they should beat us here. So for the playoffs, I don't think Jay Sessions, who was the number 3 overall pick, is going to get any minutes. We're going to go 10 to Richards, 15 to Mann, probably like 17 to Levins Jr. Damian Sarr can get like 26 minutes. We'll go 31 to Mark Will. We'll go 35 to Miller, 34 to Cody Williams, and we'll do 1 more to Bailey and LaMelo. So round 1 here against the Indiana Pacers. Are we able to advance to round number 2? Yes, we do. We end up beating them in 6. Ace Bailey led the team in scoring. LaMelo Ball averaged 12.7 assists. Cody Williams was pretty efficient. I will take those numbers. And Brandon Miller was even more efficient. How about Damian Sarr? Mark Williams was pretty good. Damian Sarr, yep, this dude, I think when he leaves us, will win most improved next year. And he'll average like 28 points on insane efficiency. This Hawks team is fun. They got Kobe Buffkin. They developed him. That's pretty cool. They still have DeJounte Murray, Benedict Mathurin, Cameron Boozer, Onyeka Okongwu. They also have Larry Markin and Malachi Branham, Ivanovic Ivicic from Kentucky, Jaden Hardy, and Zachary Sasher off the bench. Can we beat our division opponent? Yes, we do. We end up beating them in 6 to advance to the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. It will be Ace Bailey versus Cooper Flag, the number 1 and 2 picks from the 2025 draft. So that will be very fun to see who comes out on top. They also have Bronny. They have Johnny Davis, Cooper Flag, Evan Mobley, DeAndre Ayton, Lonzo Ball, Kobe White, Tyler Smith, Sadiq Bey. That's a good team. I feel like they could beat us. They could definitely beat us, but it doesn't matter. We won every single series in 6 games, and we're going up against the Thunder in the NBA Finals. So this is a new day that I'm recording this, so I just got to remember, did we face them in the finals before? No. So we lost to the Suns in 7, and then we beat the Suns again in 5 the following year. So can we beat the Thunder? They haven't been there in a couple years. Game number 1, they beat us by a lot. All right, Ace Bailey doing all he could. Game number 2 goes to the Thunder. They beat us by 16. All right, it's now or never. Can we win both games in Charlotte? Yes, we win the first one at least by 4. It was close. Shout out to Williams, LaMelo, Sarr, Bailey. Can we tie it up? Yes, we can. Let's go. Can we win 4 unanswered to win every single series in 6 games? Yes, we're on track. We won by 3. Let's go. Great game from Bailey and Cody Williams. Can we win game number 6 at home in Charlotte? I don't want to have to go to OKC for game 7. And are we going to win every single series in 6 games? It's looking like that. Yep, it's going to happen. We're not going to blow that lead, right? Yeah, we end up winning by 16 and we win the 2029 finals. Ace Bailey is him. He's got the dog in him, and he's probably going to get another finals MVP, averaging 30 points and 10 rebounds, 2 steals, almost a block and a half on insane efficiency. So there goes Steph Curry. He retires. Same with Harden, Drew Holiday, a bunch of guys from the 2009 draft. And then you got Damian Lillard retiring, Tobias Harris, Draymond Green, a couple 2012 guys. I think Harris was 2011. Steph, Harden, Lillard, and DeRozan making it to the Hall of Fame. Like, DeRozan makes it in 2K, but like Klay Thompson doesn't. That's just interesting. You should be able to like induct like who you want to have in the Hall of Fame for sure. All right, draft lottery time. I don't believe we had any random picks here. The Surf are going to be picking there at number 3. Liberty are there. Whoa, they jumped from 12 to 3. That is kind of insane. We do have our first round pick at 32. We're obviously going to be bringing back Frank Vogel on a new 4-year extension as long as he wants to come back. Boom. So Mark Williams is kind of unhappy here. So he's got 2 years left on his contract, so it's not like I have to do anything with him right now. I picked 32. We're going to select Keldon Martin Jr. out of Notre Dame. Evan Mobley looks really good. He was a 2nd overall pick to the Clippers, a point guard. Monty Bates looks pretty good. I mean, Danny Burns doesn't look too bad. We also got Anton Kozlov there with the 2nd to last pick in the draft. Team player options, Bass Turk, welcome back. Freddie Weaver, welcome back. He never really got playing time for us. And Dead and Duran, welcome back. We got him via trade. Shaden Sharp is going to be a free agent. Okay. Qualifying offers, Damian Sarr, Ace Bailey, and Andrei Stojakovic. Priority is Bailey 1, Sarr 2, Stojakovic 3. But how much does Sarr wants $48 million. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford that, but he is restricted. So if I get him back on the qualifying offer, we're golden. I think we're going to let Trey Mann walk. I mean, he spent a lot of time here. He was a good, efficient backup guard. I mean, I'm not going to renounce the rights on him, so we could get him back on like the last day of free agency, but we're going to hold off on that. Ace Bailey does not get an offer. Oh, Trey Mann actually signed elsewhere. You know what? Shout out to Trey Mann. I did not think he was going to get a deal like that. He ended up signing a 3-year, $41 million deal with the Pacers. Looks like it was with their mid-level exception. And we're going to get Ace Bailey on a 5-year, $197 million extension. So, yeah, it's probably going to be Sarr coming back on the final day. I mean, Andrei Stojakovic, like, if I get him back on the qualifying offer, sweet. But if somebody throws $40 million at Sarr, I'm not going to be able to afford him because I got to pay some other guys eventually as well and just kind of re-up extensions. I mean, the Bailey contract extension just kicked in. So we are going to get both of them back. Very nice. Around $5 million. I may need to add more expansion teams. Like, I feel like those guys should not go unsigned. LaMelo 92, Bailey 90. Levin Jr.'s up to an 83. Very nice. He's going to get more minutes this year with Trey Mann no longer on the team. We do need to release somebody before the season starts. That's probably going to be Kozlov, our 2nd rounder. So we may bump Nick Richards out of the rotation this year just to see what we can get out of Sessions, Stojakovic, and Basturk. Levin Jr., you're going to get like 22 minutes a night. Damian Sarr, you're going to get like 26. Let's go 30 to Mark Will. The starting 5, I guess, won't play that much throughout the regular season. It'll probably be just like LaMelo getting or Bailey getting the most, LaMelo 2nd most, then Cody Williams, Miller, and there's Mark Will. System proficiency, it's 4-star perimeter centric. I know that Brandon Miller is a free agent at the end of the year, has a player option. He can opt out on that. He would be open to an extension. All right, can I afford this? Let's do it. I'd like to make him a Hornet for the whole video. I feel like we're going to lose Sarr. I could probably trade him for like an insane return, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We lose our opening night game against the San Diego Surf. Okay, with Jarris Walker dropping 23 on us. All right, maybe a little bit of a championship hangover. All right, so we're here at the 2030 trade deadline. We're trying to go for our 3rd straight ring this year. I mean, we've done all right. We are the 2 seed right now. The Wizards are very good. They've been good in this video, obviously, ever since they signed Luka Doncic. The Thunder are 41-9. I don't really know if I wanted to make a single move this year. I feel like we still have the star power and the top-end talent to be fine in the playoffs. I feel like Mark Williams is taking a little bit of a step back, and he doesn't really want to be here anymore. So there's probably going to be like a Mark Williams trade in the offseason, but he's going to have to suck it up for this final year. Andrei Stojakovic has not been great, so I think I'm actually going to bump him from the rotation. And Jay Sessions has been pretty bad this year. Damn, that really hurts to see. So Cooper Flag ends up winning MVP. Bailey won it last year, Flag this year. Evan Mobley is your Rookie of the Year. Johnny Flanders won a name, 6th Man of the Year. Depoy, Wemby, that's number 7. Louis Thomas, Most Improved. Zion in Louisville, Clutch Player of the Year. Mark Dagnall gets Coach of the Year once again. We do not get Ace Bailey and All-NBA First Team, but you do see Zion and Josh Giddey on it on the Liberty. 2nd team, you got Wemby. We did get LaMelo Ball on All-NBA 3rd team. That's what I'm talking about. He makes it back. Shout out to Ryan Dunn on All-Defensive First Team. I'd love to see that. No Ace Mobley on an All-Defensive team, sadly. So we ended the season as the 2 seed. We're taking on the 7-seeded Toronto Raptors. They got Cam Whitmore and Scotty Barnes still running the show. Here were the end of the season stats with Damian Sarr. Just 53, 46, 91 splits. A 70% true shooting percentage from a 6'7" shooting guard. He will make $60 million on the open market. The dude is too good. All right, so for the playoffs, I don't know if I'm going to play Bass Turk or Keldon Martin. I think I'm going to play I don't know. Sessions was really bad for us this season. And we have Bass Turk, so I think I'm going to just play Keldon Martin, who I gave some minutes too after Stojakovic wasn't doing that good. So Basterk's going to get 15. We're going to go 10 to Martin. Barney Levins was pretty good in year number 2. He's really good, actually. I'm going to keep him at 22 minutes. 26 to Sarr. 30 to Mark Williams is fine. I got about 9 more minutes. Let's go 35 Bailey. 33 to Miller. 33 to Cody. Let's go 35 Lamel, and then we'll up 1 more to Ace Bailey. So will we make it out of round 1, or we're going to see a crazy upset? We do not. We beat the Raptors, and we're taking on the Hawks, who we beat last year as well in the playoffs. This was the Cody Williams and Ace Bailey show. We're taking on the Hawks here in round number 2, who have basically the same, not starting 5. They have Zavonimir starting ahead of Onyeka Okongwu here. They have Filipowski now. They have Risa Sher, Jalen Noel, Tyler Bentley. Are we able to beat them? Yep, we give them the gentleman's sweep, and we're taking on the Washington Wizards, the 1 seed here in the conference finals. Ace Bailey ran the show there. So yeah, this team does have Luka Doncic. They got Jalen Green. They got Denny Avdia. They got Randall. They got Capella, Bilal Coulibaly, Cassell Wallace, Malik Monk, Sidney Gay off the bench. It's a good team. It's a good team. OKC and Golden State over there in the Western Conference Finals, they win game 1 by 7. I do think they are the better team on paper. And for this, actually, I think playoff series, I may adjust the minutes a little bit. Like, Basterk may only get 10. I think I'm going to try to get, like, Bailey 38, LaMelo 38 as well. Just up them a little bit more. They need to be on the floor a little bit more than they've been previously playing. So we beat them by 17 with those minutes adjustments. Brandon Miller only played 20 minutes. Did he? Oh, he fouled out. Okay. 5 for 5, 2 for 2. Just straight efficiency out of him. We lose game 3 by 23 points at home. That kind of hurts. We split them in DC. We do win game 4. It's a back-and-forth series. We beat them by 13. Shout out to Barney Levins Jr., man. This dude would be really good if he got more playing time. We're down 3-2. Backs against the wall here. Game number 6. Don't lose this one. Let's go. We forced a game 7. We beat him by 2. Bailey and Lamel with a double-double. Bailey had 9 stocks, 4 steals, 5 blocks. Game 7 against the 1-seeded Wizards on the road in DC. Don't get blown out. Oh, we're down by 11. Okay, good end to the, okay, great end to the second. Good start to the third. We had a lead right there briefly. Back and forth game. We're up by 6, up by 7, up by 8. Okay, 2 minutes to go. Don't blow this. We're going to go to the NBA Finals. Let's go. We come back down 3-2. Bailey's your Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and we have a rematch of last year's series against the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, Chet is really good. They swept. Wow, they are 12-1 in the playoffs. That is scary. They beat us in game 1 by 20 points. All right. I mean, weren't they up 2-0 last year, and then we won 4 in a row? So I guess I'm not worried yet. But what a fourth quarter collapse. Oh, that is disgusting. Game number 3. Oh, okay. Never mind. We lost by 1. Damn, we really should have won game 2 and game 3. Are we going to get swept? Yeah, we got swept. That's a little bit of a wake-up call. They beat us by 25. They dropped 150 on us. I don't even think that's like on us. I think it's just because the Thunder are that good and they were due. All right, so we are going to make some notable moves this offseason. I'm probably going to move Mark Williams just because he doesn't even want to re-sign with us anyway. Suns get the number 1 pick, Heat at 2, or excuse me, Nets at 2, Heat at 3. We're going to be selecting at 28. Yeah, Mark Williams, he's definitely not re-signing with us. All right, so we are going to move Mark Williams, 28, in our second rounder to the Denver Nuggets for Ivica Zubac and the 6th overall pick in the draft. Zubac is an expiring contract. Could be a backup center, could be a starting center. Jay Sessions is 6'11". Like, he could play the center. I mean, Barney Levins Jr. is 6'10". Do I play him at the 5? I don't know. He's not, I think, as good of a rebounder to throw there. But we do have the 6th overall pick. Probably going to target a big man here. The number 1 pick is Gary Outlaw from UConn. 79 overall at the age of 19. And that's at number 2. So, like, Damian Bledsoe out of Pitt. Okay. Unless I want to trade up for a big man. I don't know if there's like a really good one. Okay, so there's some solid ones here. You got Bill Cox. What a name. Okay, he's 23 years old. You got Will Bonner. All right. I mean, there's some solid big men here. Jamie Weaver, but he's a little bit later, and Bledsoe already went. So let's see if Bonner or that Pau Gasol comp guy stay. There goes a wing to the Heat. Mavericks here. They are trading the pick and Jake Laravia for Jaime Jaquez. So the Heat just took somebody, and they're getting Bill Cox. No. The Timberwolves are trading the pick and Jaden McDaniels for Sword Thompson. Wow, that's a huge pickup for them. And they take Will Bonner. No. That was like the worst case scenario. All right, he's probably going to be a developmental guy, but I'm going to take Robert Chase. He's 6'10". He doesn't have like or he's 6'8" here. That's his listed height, but it says 6'10" in the top left. Is that just his wingspan? Huh, that's weird. I don't know. I really hope he's 6. I don't know. It says he's 6'10" right there. I think he's going to be probably the best big man on the board from Nova. Could probably be a G League candidate for year 1. But yeah, I kind of wanted Cox or Bonner, so that was upsetting. So we got Chase, Says he's 6'10". If he was 6'8", that would be kind of an issue. Freddie Weaver, I'm definitely bringing him back because we need some big man depth. It might just be a rotational big man kind of situation this year. We'll see if we can get Sard, Stojakovic, and Denon Duran back on the qualifying offers. I will keep doing it until they get signed. Nick Richards, I mean, he's been here forever. I'll give him the minimum. Why not? So on day 12, I think we're going to get them back on the QOs. You got Giannis staying with the Bucks. That is pretty cool. Yep, Sar, Stojakovic, and Duran back on the QOs. I should have probably waited to move Mark Williams. Could have attached him with Damian Sar. So Bailey's up to a 92. Levins is up to an 87. I'm excited about this team next year a ton, actually, because it's a little bit new. We do have to release somebody, unfortunately. Ooh, who's it going to be? It might be Freddie Weaver, but I don't know, he's 7 foot. I feel like I want to use him. Is it going to be Nick Richards? Well, it's not going to be Robert Chase. Maybe it's Denon Duran. I don't know. I don't think he'll probably play for us just because we have, like, sessions and everything. That's crazy. We just have way too much talent on this team. All right, so we're going to be adding 2 new expansion teams at the end of the year. There's going to be 34 teams in the NBA. We're adding the Pittsburgh Force probably to the Central Division, and then, well, maybe not. I don't know who's going to get moved to the Atlantic just because I don't want to have 6 in the Central because the Louisville Liberty are there. Vancouver will probably go, or definitely will be going in the Northwest. So we'll see how we look this season. Wow, 2K wants to run a very interesting lineup out there, and definitely not going to happen. All right, so it's going to be LaMelo, Cody Williams, Brandon Miller, Ace Bailey, Zubac with Sar, Levins Jr. off the bench, and Sessions, Martin Jr., and Stojakovic as well. I'm going to send Robert Chase to the G League for year number 1 for him, and we'll see if we can be back in the finals, but hopefully win it this year as we are entering year number 8. All right, 35-17 at the trade deadline, pretty much where we've been before, but the Hawks are good this year. Same with the Washington Wizards and the Thunder. They look more and more beatable as the years go on, but you know what? They were really good, like insanely good 2 years ago when we beat them in the finals. Last year, they looked a little bit more beatable, and we got swept by them, so I'm not really sure. Damn, Barney Levins Jr. could actually be like a 25-point per game scorer if he was like a number 1 option on this team. I'm like debating if I want to add maybe a center at the trade deadline. All right, I'm going to see if the Clippers would do this trade. I'm going to try to get Walker Kessler, who's got 2 years left on his deal. Obviously, way better rim protector than Zubac. It'll be a little bit of a reunion for him in for the Clippers. We're going to give them Jay Sessions, the 3rd overall pick from a couple years ago. Not very good. And Arif Basturk, who I think actually could be good in a more expanded role. We're getting Max Valentine, who was the 13th overall pick, and the 2030 draft hasn't even played for them. They had a reunion from or for James Bouknight. I don't even know if they're going to agree to this. They say no. They want Martin Jr. No. I would throw in some draft capital. Like, I'd give you my 1st rounder this year. Okay, and I'll give you Freddie Weaver in a second. You give me Trace Jackson Davis. That's good with me. We make a blockbuster at the deadline with the Clippers. Stojakovic has been better this year, so I think I'm going to play him. I never really played J.C. Hayes at Bama. I mean, I think he is... No, he may be a free agent at the end of the year. But I'm going to play Stojakovic a little bit more and Keldon Martin, who actually looks pretty good. So that is going to be the team. Do we have any contract extensions to go over? LaMelo, we can re-up him. Actually, we can't even do that. All right, well, he's got 2 years left, but we have 2 more years after this year left of the rebuild. So it may get a little tricky. Can we afford Cody Williams? Okay, we can. So we just got him extended for the remaining part of this 10-year rebuild. Luka wins MVP this year for the Washington Wizards. Damian Bledsoe, the big out of Pittsburgh, gets Rookie of the Year. Darren Peterson, he's been in Boston for a little bit. Really good off the bench player. Wemby, Depoy, that's number 8. Kanye Roth, what a name. Is your most improved player. Okay. Isaiah Collier, clutch player of the year in Houston. And Ime Udoka, not Mark Daigneault, finally, a new coach of the year. He gets it in Washington. There's Liam McNeely, man. He always develops in these rebuilds. We do get LaMelo Ball and Ace Bailey on All-NBA 3rd team. Ace Bailey was so good. So the Wizards got the 1 seed. Hawks got the 3 seed. We got the 2 seed once again. Going up against the New York Knicks in round 1, who definitely look a lot different. They don't have any OG Knicks on this team. They finally got Mikal Bridges to New York, though. Here were the season scoring numbers with Levins Jr. surpassing Brandon Miller. Simply in the scoring pecking order. Yeah, that's kind of something to keep an eye on. So for the playoffs, we're definitely going to trim it down. I hate that 2K kind of readjusted. Would I rather play Stojakovic? I feel like I'd rather play Keldon Martin for the playoffs. So I don't think Stojakovic is going to get any minutes. Actually, he may. I think he may get like 10 minutes, but who's the backup big? It might be Barney Levins Jr. Getting Brandon Miller back in the starting 5. He and Cody are each going to get 32. Let's go a little bit more. Let's do 27 to Levins and Sar. Sar is so efficient. It's kind of insane. Let's go 31 to Kessler, and then we can do 1 more to LaMelo and 1 more to Ace Bailey. So that is going to be the 9-man rotation for the playoffs. Round 1 against the Knicks, a team we should beat. They won game 1, but we end up winning in 7. That's a little scary. We blew them out in game 7. What a game from Ace Bailey, but yeah, that is scary nonetheless. Like, if we're going to 7 against the Knicks, how are we going to beat Washington or OKC? How are we even going to beat Atlanta as we just lost in 7? Damn. Did we hit our peak as a team? That is crazy. I guess it's the bench. I don't really know. I thought we had a really good team. Like, Levens could easily be a backup big with his height. And we just lost in 7. What was the final? We lost by 6. Ugh. We lost game 1. We were down 2-0. We were down 3 games to 1. So the fact that we forced a game 7 was impressive nonetheless. We beat them by 6 in game 5. Beat them by 8 in game 6. So they weren't close. And then game 7, they beat us by 6. Ugh, that's a shame. And the Thunder aren't even in the finals. It's the Rockets versus the Hawks. Cameron Boozer, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And the Hawks win in 5. And he's your finals MVP. There goes Kyrie, Capella, Siakam. Yeah, only Kyrie I could see being a Hall of Famer there. And that is the case. So league, yep, we're going to add 2 new expansion teams. 11 players from each conference. No, I feel like we have to add more now that we have expansion teams. So league realignment. I think the Kings were in the Northwest. So we'll bump them back down to the Pacific. And then we're going to have the Pittsburgh Fortress join the Atlantic. I guess that makes the most sense because they're their most eastern team. Actually, I don't know. Louisville could be a little bit more east than Pittsburgh, or I'm an idiot. But we'll just run that up for now. So draft lottery, we do not own our first round pick. That is going to the Clippers at 32 from the Kessler trade. Bucks got 1, Lakers got 2, Liberty got 3. I feel like the Liberty have not really been that good of a team so far since they've entered the NBA. So we are going to unprotect JC Hayes and Max Valentine, who we got in that Kessler trade. Expansion draft time, the number 1 pick is Jarrett Allen. Then it's a 37-year-old Joel Embiid, Rod Strong, Trey Murphy. There goes Max Valentine, so we get to keep JC Hayes. He goes to the Vancouver Ravens. David Roddy. There's Michael Porter Jr. at 33 years old. Sabonis at 35. Time Lord at 33. Former Hornet PJ Washington at 32. Keldon Johnson also gets drafted as well. No, like, generational players, it looks like here. I mean, some solid guys in the top 10 for sure. We got Ellis Stewart with Mr. Relevant. I'm not going to sign him. So let's pick up the team options on Levens Jr., Martin, and JC Hayes. Kind of worked out that the expansion protection draft was before team player options, so they couldn't get picked up. Qualifying offers, we have none. And we don't really have... Oh, finally, Sar is unrestricted. That's going to be brutal. All right, well, Damian Sar is no longer going to be a member of the Charlotte Hornets. Andrei Stojakovic, I could bring back. I think I will. It's funny, his kind of career arc on this team. But if I could afford him, I'm going to do so. Worst things worse, he's a trade chip in a year. So we get back Stojakovic. We're going to renounce rights on Trace Jackson Davis. Sar, though, is going to be gone, unfortunately. Man, if I were like the new expansion teams, I'd be picking this guy up in a heartbeat. I would love to see him in a more expanded role, how many points he could average with his efficiency. He does have 10 offers right now. None of them are real. They're all for $5.99 million. Don't tell me he signed with the Thunder. I think I saw the Thunder at the top of it. If he signed with the Thunder, I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, he ended up signing a 4-year, $174 million deal with the Force. I'm excited to see what he does next year. I'm glad he also got paid because he was obviously underpaid for us on the qualifying offer. Will this team go back to the finals? It's still really good. It's going to look a little bit different now. All right, so it's going to be the same starting 5 as it was last year. Levens Jr. will be the 6th man, the full-on 6th man now. Then we have Stojakovic, Keldon Martin, Robert Chase, and JC Hayes off the bench. I want to see what Hayes can do this season. We're going to be 4-star perimeter-centric. I am excited to see what Damian Sar does in Pittsburgh. We start off the season with 2 dubs. And yeah, out of the gate, he's already averaging 32 points. Oh my God, he could win MVP this year. Definitely going to be most improved. All right, so we just beat the Pittsburgh Force a week before the trade deadline. How did we hold down Damian Sar? Oh yeah, they got those funny rotations in. Okay, he's come back down to earth a little bit, but still having a most improved season. So taking a look here, obviously the standings are going to look kind of funny with 16 teams now, or 17, excuse me, in each conference. Yeah, the Force aren't having a great year so far. The Louisville Liberty are the 6th seed. We are the 2 seed though. The Bulls are right there ahead of us. The Thunder are top of the Western Conference. Taking a look at the player stats, Ace Bailey is still our number 1 guy, followed by LaMelo Ball. There's Barney Levens Jr., Brandon Miller, and Cody Williams. Stojakovic has been an elite shooter for us. Look at that kind of career arc for him. Like, I kind of gave up on him after that 2030 season, I thought, but, I gave him one more chance, and he's done well with it, and he got paid. Keldon Martin's been pretty good. Walker Kessler doesn't average points, but obviously he's just a rim protector. Robert Chase, I think, has been a fine rookie so far for us, and will definitely probably start if I can't afford Kessler in the offseason. And JC Hayes has been a good 3-point shooter. Not going to make any trades at the deadline. Let's see. Do I want to re-sign anybody right now? So Kessler will test free agency. Yeah, he's probably as good as gone. We're fine with Miller because we just have one more year. Can I re-sign LaMelo? Boom, I can. That's what I'm talking about. $52 million a year. So I don't have to worry about him or Bailey leaving. Levens is restricted at the end of the year. There's a chance I'm hard capped and I can't bring him back. So I probably will think about moving somebody if that happens, and it would probably come at the expense, I don't know, of Cody Williams or Brandon Miller. All right, so year number 9, Cooper Flagg is your MVP. Aaron Rowe, Rookie of the Year on the Pelicans. Whoa, he was the 50th pick in the draft. Or, yeah, I guess that would be a little bit later. Or 52nd, 54th now, I think is, yeah, I guess that there's 34 teams. Ryan Repair, most improved in Vancouver. No, it wasn't. Damian Sarr. Wow, I really would have bet money that he would have gotten it. No Charlotte Hornets on the All-NBA teams this year. We do get Bailey on All-Defensive second team. Wait, I didn't go over. Did Wemby win Depoy? Yeah, he did. That's his 9th straight. That is absurd, man. That is absurd. So, for the playoffs, let's see how far we can go with this team. I think we could still win a championship. We still have the star power to do so. We ended up getting the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. The Wizards are the 4 seed. Great. We got to play Luka in round number 2. See, 2K didn't mess with my rotation this year. Why do you do that sometimes? I don't think JC Hayes is going to get minutes in the playoffs. We're going to rock something like that. And then let's go 35 to Mel, 36 to Bailey, 31, 31, 31. I guess I'll go like 32 to Cody Williams. So, will we beat the Toronto Raptors? Headlined by Jalen Suggs, Scotty Barnes from the 21 class, and Cam Whitmore as well. We should not lose to an 8 seed, and we end up beating them in 5. So, we got to face Luka Doncic, Jalen Green, Koulibaly, a regressing Randall, City Gay, Patrick Ngumbo. It's a pretty good guy off the bench for them as a big man. They could beat us. Oh, man, they were up 2-0, and then we ended up winning 4 in a row. That was scary. Round 1 was kind of headlined by Bailey, Ball, and Williams. Bailey was definitely the best guy in round 2, but LaMelo has still been great for us. Cody Williams struggled. So we're taking on the Bulls. We have Caden Boozer, Lou Gooden, Marjon Beauchamp, Cooper Flagg, Jalen Williams. They still got Lonzo and Kobe White. Shout out to them. They have G.G. Jackson. They developed him. Can we beat them to go to the NBA Finals? Yes, we can. We win in 6. And we are back in the Finals. LaMelo gets Eastern Conference Finals MVP. AJ DeBanza in the West. Of course, we're back. So are the Thunder. They got Jaden Ivey. It's a good team. Game, or let's just simulate the round. Oh my goodness. Did they just blow a 3-0 lead? Ace Bailey Finals MVP. Hell yeah. What happened? We were down 2-0. Oh my God. They blew a 3-0 lead. We won game 4. Thank God I simulated the round. I could not do that game by game. Beat them by 4 in game 5. Beat them by 14 in game 6. And then in game 7, we ended up winning by 12. Barney Levins Jr., man. He's been developing. I mean, he was a consensus #1 pick, so I'm glad he is developing. That is crazy. So we just got, I believe, our 3rd ring of this video. We're going for ring number 4 in the final year. 2 former Kentucky Wildcats are heading to the Hall of Fame. Cat was Kentucky. Why do I want it? I wanted to think Cat was Duke for a second, but I was thinking of Jahlil Okafor. So AD gets his jersey retired by the, I don't know if he'll get it by the Pelicans. I guess he's one of the best players in their kind of very short history, but I don't know. I think it's going to be way too far out for him to get his jersey retired by them. That's like saying the Nuggets would retire Melo's jersey, which I just don't think is happening. So we got Julio Ball there. What a name at 34. And we got Miles Novak there in the 2nd round. The #1 pick. Yeah, this looks generational. Jimmy Burden, already an 80 overall at the age of 18 from Georgetown. We're going to bring back Martin and Chase on the team options. Giannis, Ron Holland are going to be free agents. Priority #1 is bring back Barney Levins Jr. I can't let him leave for nothing. He wants 45. Kessler is probably as good as gone. Okay, I can bring back Kessler, but first we got to make sure that we can bring back Levins first. And he's going to get a 4-year, $180 million deal from the Sixers. We're going to match that. Can I also bring back Kessler? Let's see. After I bring back Levins Jr., can I offer Kessler a deal? Oh, I can. All right, let's bring back Kessler. Boom, 5 years, 218, overpaid for sure, but it's the final year of this video. Giannis staying with the Bucks on a 1-year deal. It's like that LeBron contract. Shout out to him. John Morant staying in Memphis. He got a 5-year, $330 million deal. Oh my God, that's what contracts are going to look like soon too in the NBA. That's like absurd. We unfortunately did not get JC Hayes back on the qualifying offer. We do have a perfect 9-man rotation though, so we're going to be fine. All right, so same starting 5 as last year. Same bench, just no more JC Hayes, so a little bit more minutes for everybody else. System proficiency is going to be 4 stars. Let's try to get our 4th ring in this video. Wow, I thought we already had 4. Damn, yeah, because we ended up losing to the Thunder there, and we also lost to the Suns. So we've been to 5 different finals, but yeah, we only have won 3 of them. So Cooper Flagg wins the final MVP award of this video. He's had a couple. Darren Nelson is your Rookie of the Year. Another 2nd rounder. I mean, he didn't have a great year either. Guess who got Depoy? Yep, Wemby. He won 10 of them. I said at the beginning of the video, watch him get all 10, and he did just that. JC Hayes leaves us for Utah. Doesn't even have like a great year, but gets most improved. Damian Sarr, clutch player of the year in Pittsburgh. And Will Hardy, coach of the year of the Chicago Bulls. Do we get anybody on an All-NBA team to end the video? Wow, you had Edgecombe Caleb Wilson making it, and then you had Aaron Rowe, Damian Sarr made it, a couple Lakers made it as well. No Charlotte Hornets. The only thing we got was Ace Bailey on all defensive second team. The Bulls did edge us out for the 1 seed. We ended up getting the 2 seed. We tied, but they had the tiebreaker over us. Okay, so just taking a look here at the player stats from this season. Bailey led the team in scoring. Barney Levin's Jr. number 2, and he's still just 25 years old, a year younger than Ace Bailey. Then there's LaMelo, Cody Williams, Brandon Miller, Andre Stojakovic, etc. So are we able to beat the Orlando Magic in round number 1? I would like to go back to the finals, but it would be nice to win it all in the final year of this. I feel like we've been playing a ton of Southeast Division teams. Like the Hawks have been good in this video. The Wizards have been good. I feel like the Heat and the Magic, though, actually haven't too much. So we're taking on the Pacers in round 2. They got Bryce James, still have Tyrese Halliburton. I feel like we should beat them. I feel like that's not a great team. We end up beating them in 5. And we're taking on the 1-seeded Chicago Bulls here in the conference finals. Ace Bailey, obviously been our top guy in the playoffs. He was phenomenal in round 1. And then Cody Williams was great in round 2. Taking on the Bulls, man. They still have, obviously, Cooper Flagg. They have Kaden Boozer. They have Derek Lively. Still have Lonzo and Kobe White. That's who I was looking for. You got OKC San Antonio over there. I don't think San Antonio has yet to make it to the finals. And we make it to the finals in the final year. AJ Advance is just a beast. Oh my God, 33 points. Ace Bailey was phenomenal. They are so good, the Thunder. The Spurs, I guess, could never beat them with Wemby, Kobe Pete, Cade, Vassell. They couldn't beat them. That's insane. All right, the final year. We came back down 3-0 to beat them last year. This has been a nice rivalry between us. So far we have versed them how many times in the finals? 3 different times. We are 2-1. We beat the Suns once, lost to the Suns once. And then, the Hawks beat the Rockets. Game 1 goes to the Thunder. Game 2 goes to the Hornets. 3 to the Thunder. 4 to the Thunder. 5 to the Hornets. Don't lose in 6. Yes! Here we go. Season number 10, the final year. Game 7 of the NBA Finals. It's in Charlotte on our home floor. Can we beat the Thunder? We have a great first half. Don't choke it. Don't choke it, please. Yes, we're going to win the finals in year 10. We are up by 19. No way we blow this lead. Let's go, man. Let's freaking go. We end the video off with a bang. We come back down 3-1 to beat them. So in the last 2 years, they've blown a 3-0 and 3-1 lead against us. Ace Bailey Finals MVP. So in the 10 years of this video, we went to 6 finals. We had a 4-2 record. And this was a super fun team to build. Honestly, a lot through the draft. Like, we drafted Cody Williams 6th overall. We drafted Ace Bailey 2nd overall. We drafted Barney Levins 1st overall. Obviously, the team originally drafted LaMelo and Brandon Miller. We had Mark Williams for a while. We drafted Andre Stojakovic. We drafted Keldon Martin. We drafted a ton of guys in this video. Didn't really make a lot of trades. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like if you want to see more 10-year rebuilds. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.